Hey everyone, I'm the Pixel Pathfinder, and my goal is to help you find great new indie games to play. November is already here. We've got 2 months left of 2024, and we've got another exciting month of games coming up. I'm here with the top 5 most anticipated games of November 2024. I've also got a couple of cool announcements for you, and I want to introduce you to a game that I'm really excited about that's going into a closed beta this month as well. So let's get right into it. We're going to kick things off here with Into the Grid. So this is an announcement, not part of the top 5. So Into the Grid is a roguelike deck builder. If you have looked at my channel, you know I like this genre of games. I did play this previously. I've been a member of the playtest for this, and I've enjoyed it quite a bit. So the reason that I'm bringing this up here in this video is because Into the Grid, if you go to the Steam page, you can request access to the playtest, but there's a new playtest that is coming out as well as a brand new demo as well. The demo is expecting to come out on November 4th, and you can request to be part of the new playtest as well. It is coming up here pretty quickly. So if you are interested in roguelike deck builders and you want one that has kind of like a cyberpunk theme to it, I'm really excited about this one. So I wanted to throw it out there and let you know that you can go and check it out. Next on the list, we've got a DLC for Astroneer. This DLC is called Glitch Walkers, and I wanted to mention this one because Astroneer is one of my favorite games. It's especially one of my favorite games to play with my wife or to play co-op with friends. It's one of the few like survival crafting style games out there that I really enjoy and get into. And this is a brand new DLC coming out for the game on November 13th. And it's going to introduce a brand new planet. It's going to introduce a rogue Astroneer that you kind of have to be wary of. Storms are coming back apparently, and you may get hacked by these storms. There's new tech tree modules gameplay, and there's going to be new content and free updates for the game that come along with this DLC. So if you're a fan of Astroneer, check it out. If you haven't checked it out already, then I mean, this is going to be a great time to pick it up and play it. Again, one of my favorite survival crafting open world games here. Next on the list, definitely not a indie game. This is a AAA game, but one that I'm very excited about. Monster Hunter Wilds. Now, if you've been following this game at all, you know this isn't coming out until February, right? So Monster Hunter Wilds is the next game in the Monster Hunter series, but there's a couple of cool, interesting tweaks that are going on here that hopefully are going to make it easier for newer players and noobs like myself, at least in terms of this game and its genre. It is a open world style game, and I've noticed a lot of quality of life that's been put into this. I've been following the gameplay trailers and things. The quality of life that they've been adding in here looks like it's going to not only make the game more fun, but it's going to make it easier for new players to the franchise to get into. I tried to crack my teeth on Monster Hunter World, and I just couldn't do it. But the more and more I see this game, the more hype and excited I am about it. So why am I talking about this if the game doesn't come out until February? Well, that's easy. We have an upcoming beta test for Monster Hunter Wilds, very, very limited. So hopefully you're watching this video on time, okay? But this beta test is going to be open. It's first going to be playable for a little bit exclusively on the PlayStation 5, but then there's going to be an open beta test that runs from Thursday, October 31st at 8 p.m. Pacific time through Sunday, November 3rd, till 6:59 p.m. here. So if you want to know how to get in and participate in the beta test, the link is here. So monsterhunter.com, just go to the main website. They got a big promo for it. I will be getting into this beta test for sure and playing this this weekend. So I'm really excited about this. I wanted to share this with you in case you were interested, or if you're really hyped about this game like I am and you wanted to check out the beta. So There we go. All right, now let's get into the actual top 5 most anticipated games for me of November 2024. In at number 5, we have Empire of the Ants. So this is an RTS strategy game that is photorealistic Unreal Engine. That's kind of really what they're putting that front and center for this game. But in this game, you play as an ant in a colony of ants, and I mean, you could probably see where the real-time strategy aspect comes from there. But this game is really interesting in the sense that, you know, it is kind of taking that RTS genre. It's bringing it to a world we don't often see, the world of insects. Now, we have seen some insect-based games, but I think one of the big features here is that you actually can get down in there and play as an ant. You climb around, you go through all these different environments, you see all these other insects. You know, it's just something neat and interesting and a little bit different. And, you know, it's doing insects with that photorealism, which I think is kind of neat. Might be a little creepy once you hit some of those spiders. I don't know. Will I get in and play this game? It's unlikely, but I thought it looked really cool on the slate of things that we have for November, so I wanted to highlight it for anyone who might be interested. This is coming out on November 7th, and there is a demo available if you want to check it out before you purchase. All right, and at number 4, we have Planet Coaster 2. So, debatable whether or not this is an indie game. But Planet Coaster 2 is the sequel to Planet Coaster. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious. But this is one of the premier coaster park simulators where you can get in and you can create your own park filled with different types of roller coasters here. There's some new stuff coming to this one. You can mix water parks with regular parks, which is a big feature here. And honestly, you know, these simulation games, a lot of times they're fun. If you enjoy this genre, this is one of the higher quality ones. Not generally my cup of tea, but I will get in and play these sometimes. Really what caught my eye about this one is that they have a new feature in here. Right here, play together. It says, for the first time ever, collaborate with friends in franchise mode to create the best theme park empire and compete with others to reach the top of the worldwide leaderboards, right? Also, you can soak up the fun, get close and personal, and you can invite others to explore the worlds of your park in first person as a park guest. So I think that's super cool. This is the kind of game my wife will really get into, and she likes these, you know, Planet Zoo, all that kind of stuff. And for me, just playing it for myself, I don't know that I'd really get into it, but I think in that franchise mode, maybe being able to collaborate with a friend or a significant other, it kind of brings a little something extra to the game. So I'm actually really interested in this, and, you know, I'm going to run it by her and say, hey, you know, what do you think? Do you want to try this out together? So that's pretty cool. This game's going to be coming out on November 6th. In at number 3, we have Towers of Aghasba. I'm not sure if that's how you say that, but this is an open world survival crafting game that's coming out into early access on November 19th. And really, I saw a trailer for this and it just kind of blew my mind a little bit. And here's the thing, I'm not an open world survival crafting player regularly. You know, Astroneer is really kind of where it's been, but not only does this game look really interesting systems wise, it does something that I love, which is it gets weird. It gets weird. Like, I like the art style, I love the color palette, but if you look at the creatures, the plants, the locales, the things that you see in these trailers, everything is just kind of weird. I mean, that was a fairly normal fish, but what is this thing, right? And what is that guy? But there's all kinds of interesting stuff going on here, and it just looks so different and unique and weird, and I just really love it, and I'm actually really excited to get in and check this game out. So coming out in early access means, you know, they're obviously going to have work to do on it. But that being said, it looks so interesting, so weird to me. I'm really, really excited to hop in and check out the world of this game. And it does have co-op with up to 4 players total. And again, my wife gets into these games more than I do, and this one just looks great. So I want to jump in and check it out. All right, and then at number 2, we have Dimensionals. So if you've been paying attention to the channel recently, you'll know that I've got a video that I put out for Dimensionals. I also played it on a live stream. I'll probably play it on another live stream because it's just fun. I love the art style here, but what this is a roguelike tactical hero game. Okay, so you basically put together a team of 3 different heroes from a total of, I think there's like 18 or maybe more than that. They kind of have these different factions. You might have seen it just there, but you've got like your water heroes, your fire heroes, your nature heroes, and right now there's a plan to like 3 of each sort of faction. You can mix and match. There's a story mode, there's a raid mode. It's launching into early access, so there's going to be a lot to kind of, build upon. Hopefully we get new modes, etc., etc. I've played this. It's a blast. I love it, and I'm ready to just sit down and spend the weekend with it. So really, really excited for the Dimensionals coming out into early access, early access, November 18th. There is a demo available for you to play if you want to check it out. You can also check out the video here on the channel. All right, in at number 1 for me. Okay, number 1 here. Again, I don't know if this counts as AAA. I mean, at this point, they might as well be. But number 1 for me, you probably saw this coming a mile away if you've been paying attention. Path of Exile 2. Okay, Path of Exile 2 will be launching into a early access kind of mode, I guess, on November 15th. We still don't know exactly how you get in. We don't know exactly what qualifies. We don't know exactly what content's going to be there. I've heard everything from the full story is going to be there to we're only going to get 3 of the 6 acts. I do not care. I don't care. I'm so excited for Path of Exile 2. I literally bought a new PC so that I could play Path of Exile 2 at max settings and just nuke stuff. So I'm really, really, really hyped about this, and there's 100% chance it'll show up on stream at some point here on the channel. If you are an ARPG player, if you've been playing Diablo, the original Path of Exile, Grim Dawn, whatever it is, you owe it to yourself to check out Path of Exile 2. There's so many interesting things that they're doing here, both for Path of Exile as a series, but also the ARPG genre as a whole. There's WASD movement, so if the click to move thing is bothering you before, that's an option. You can still click to move if you want. There's so much customization. The bosses look absolutely insane. Like, I just can't say enough about this game. It looks so good, and I'm so excited to dive in on November 15th. Just hit the login queue and not get to play for like 3 days, but then finally on November 18th or 19th, I'll get logged in and get to play, and I'm really hoping it'll be a blast. So yeah, Path of Exile 2, fantastic. All right, so that's my top 5 for November of 2024, but I have one more thing that I want to show you, a game I want to shill, promote, whatever. No one's asked me to do this. I'm doing this of my own free will. I want to tell you a little bit about the Bazaar. Okay, the Bazaar is a, how would you put this? It's a hero auto battler. It started as a card game. It's hard to describe. I'm just going to dig in here and talk to you about it, okay? So first thing I want you to know, this game is not releasing. It will start a closed beta technically on October 30th, but I mean, by the time we get there, it's basically November, so I wanted to talk about the game itself. You can pre-register for the game to get in-game rewards. For November and December, it's going to be in a closed beta. The plan is for the game to open up into an open beta with its first season in January of 2025. If you want to get into the closed beta, you need to purchase a Founders Pack. Okay, Founders Pack ranges from $33 up to $99. Basically, what you're going to get here is you're going to get some cosmetics and things like that that will not be provided again. Also, any tier that you purchase is going to get you access to closed beta for you and a friend as well. Okay, so just want you to know how to get into the game. Once it goes into the open beta in January, it will be free to play. So if you want to wait until then, you absolutely can. So what is the Bazaar? The Bazaar is a PvPvE auto battling game where you play as different heroes. Okay. So what happens is in this game, you progress through different days. Each day you go through different hours of the day, and each hour is an event. Those events can be things like merchants, right? It could be fighting PvE enemies. It could be stumbling upon random items. It could be getting a power up, upgrading a card, any number of things. So if you think like Slay the Spire or any of those type of roguelike games where you kind of progress through those dots on the map and different things happen, that's basically what's happening each hour during a day in the Bazaar. And once you finish out the day, you do a PvP match against somebody else. Okay, so as you're going through these events, you're meeting these merchants, you're fighting these PvE enemies, you are building a sort of tableau in front of you of different items. So right here, there's like a sniper rifle, right? So you're combining these items on your board to create basically a combat system, which you can tackle other players with, right? So if we scroll down here, when you start a run of the Bazaar, you choose from a hero. This is the current cast. With the closed beta, we're going to have access to Pygmalion here, Dooley, who is the robot, and Vanessa, who is sort of like the assassin here. Okay. This is an example of the items. So, you know, right here, every 10 seconds, this item would deal 25 damage to the opponent. When you win a fight, it will permanently increase its damage by 25. It's a medium-sized weapon, etc., etc. So you can see different types of stuff here, right? You draft these cards as you play, and then here we go. This is kind of a look at what the board looks like, okay? So your character is down here. You have items and things that you pick up. These are like relics in another roguelike game where they give you a passive benefit that might totally change the way that you play. You've got your health right here, some other stats here. This section is the items, the sort of tableau that you have that you're setting up, right? So this right here will deal damage. This also deals damage here. This deals damage. This does damage and provides a shield. So all different things are kind of happening here. And you can see this particular event, they're choosing an enemy to fight. So you pick one of these enemies. It looks like a normal, and an elite battle. You would fight that enemy and then get your rewards. Over here on the left-hand side, you can see right here, these are the hours for each of the different days. And when you get to the top, you fight your PvP battle. So let's see if we can jump ahead and check out another scene here. Yep, so right here, this looks like they're fighting a NPC. And what's happening right now is they're loading in the board for the NPC enemy here. All right, so once the board's loaded, okay, hopefully they're going to show some combat here. Nope, we're just on the loop. Okay. And yeah, so anyway, this game looks absolutely amazing. I have been looking forward to this for a long time. I really can't stress how excited I am for this game. I am just as excited about this game as I am for Path of Exile 2. Okay. Really, that's all I can tell you, right? As I'm just as excited for this game as I am for Path of Exile 2, which I've been looking forward to for years. I've been looking forward to this game for years. It's a roguelike, deck building, hero drafting game. And that's all up my alley. I love roguelike games for the repeatability. I love deck building games for the variance. I love hero games because I like to be able to change, the different powers and decks and things that I have. And I love drafting games because I don't like solved metas. You know, in the card games that I've played, like Hearthstone, Magic the Gathering, etc., one of the things I hate is when the meta is figured out and you know what decks are strong, and if you want to have fun. In my mode of fun, you either have to kind of just surrender to the fact that you're probably not going to win because you're going to play some goofy, bad deck essentially, or you've got to kind of take the fun out of it and play a solved deck that everybody else knows how to play as well. So the draft makes it so that you have to adapt on the fly. You got to figure things out. You got to have a deep knowledge of all the items, all the classes, all the powers, and I love that. So here at the end, I just wanted to introduce you to the Bazaar. I will absolutely be getting a Founders Pack here for the Bazaar, and I will be showcasing this game here on the channel just as soon as we are able to. So if you're not sure about whether this is a game for you or not, you can look forward to the stream to check that out. If you played anything like Backpack Battles, Neo Duels, or that kind of stuff, I would say this is similar, but take it up several notches. This has the polish of a AAA game, and it is an indie game. If you've played Magic the Gathering Arena, Hearthstone, Legends of Runeterra, any of that stuff, I would say from what I've seen, the polish on this game is even better, and that's crazy. So anyway, that's my top 5, some announcements, and my shilling for the Bazaar, which no one asked me to do. I'm just that excited about it. Hopefully you found something in this video that you can get excited about for the month of November. If you did, let me know in the comment section below. If you feel like I missed anything, let me know in the comment section below as well. Before we leave, I do want to, again, just kind of give you this little screen clip here. These are some other games that I've kind of had my eye on for the month of November that may or may not have been included in this video, just in case you didn't find anything and you want to check something else out that I'm at least a little bit interested in. So with that being said, share this video with a friend who's also looking for something awesome to play in November. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and if you want to support the channel and you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. As always, I thank you for taking time to watch one of my videos, and I'll see you on the next one.